In 1988, a small TV experiment launched in Minneapolis. Comedian Joel Hodgson pitched a quirky idea to producer Jim Mallon over lunch at a local deli that summer. The concept? A hapless guy trapped in space, forced to watch cheesy B-movies with only wisecracking robot pals for company. On Thanksgiving Day, November 24th, 1988, Mystery Science Theater 3000, or MST3K, premiered on the small UHF station KTMA-TV.
Watch out for snakes.
Who said that? Dune buggy.
Watch out for snakes.
Only a few thousand locals tuned in, and only a handful really got it, but a cult phenomenon was born.
TV at 1020 Mapleton Drive. Investigate London.
Our hero, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
22, can you give me a fix on Mapleton Drive?
The show's low-budget charm was obvious from the start. A man and two goofy puppets in theater seats, superimposed over so bad they're good movies, firing off rapid-fire riffs.
Well, I've been told to watch you, Mr. Cummins, so I guess that's what I'm going to do.
Can I give you some advice, son?
Oh, yes, sir.
Watch out for falling rocks.
Oh, okay. Say, you got any burgers or something in there?
Joel, as test subject Joel Robinson, joked to stay sane, bantering with his homemade robot sidekicks Crow T-Robot and Tom Servo as they endured bizarre cinema. The station paid only a couple $100 per episode, and the production values were hilariously scrappy. But the core premise? Comedy gold.
Cheating. You must teach me one day. All right. Now then, look at me.
Can I eat it?
Pay attention.
It looks so good.
And repeat what I do.
Like a potato? No, wait. Let me try again.
Are you watching?
Hang on. No, that's not. There. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Not very good, is he?
Yeah, that's great. Give me that. Huh? Oh, it's Cookie.
Hey.
Gee.
Trumpy, you can do stupid things.
Even with a tiny audience, MST3K showed enough promise to get picked up by a national cable outlet after 21 episodes on KTMA. The timing was perfect. Cable TV was launching new comedy channels and needed fresh content. In 1989, the Comedy Channel, soon to become Comedy Central, made MST3K one of its flagship shows. With the move to cable, the show evolved from its loose, improvised style to a more polished, scripted format. The silhouettes and riffs stayed, but production values improved. New sets were built for the Satellite of Love and Deep 13, the villain's lair. Joel even added the Invention Exchange, swapping wacky gadget ideas with the Mads, the mad scientists, at the start of each episode. The cast tightened up too. Josh Weinstein, who voiced Servo during the KTMA run, left after the first cable season. Kevin Murphy took over as Tom Servo, giving the bot a deeper, more refined voice. Trace Beaulieu continued as the bumbling Dr. Clayton Forrester, and the voice of Crow, now joined by Frank Kniff as the goofy henchman TV's Frank. With the kinks ironed out, MST3K hit its stride.
A new and exciting sport, filled with thrills and spills, such as you've never seen before.
And you
The
won't
hackers
see
are
now.
lining up now.
By 1991, the Comedy Channel merged with rival Ha to form Comedy Central, and MST3K became its cult hit centerpiece. In fact, MST3K was the very first show to air on Comedy Central on June 1st, 1991, launching the new network in style. As the series settled in, it became both a critical hit and a ratings success. Not bad for a show about mocking bad movies. A growing fan base of self-proclaimed MSTies tuned in religiously, trading jokes from the latest episodes. Comedy Central leaned into this loyal following by launching the annual Turkey Day marathons each Thanksgiving, an all-day binge of MS3K episodes with new host segments between them.
You're watching the world premiere of The Beatniks, the first show of the Turkey Day Marathon. Fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy night.
Fans loved spending the holidays with Joel, the bots, and a parade of cinematic disasters. By the mid-90s, MS3K had grown from a quirky local show to a full-blown cult sensation. It even earned a Peabody Award in 1993 for its ingenious, eclectic blend of clever writing and terrible B-movies. The show also picked up multiple Emmy and Cable Ace nominations during this era. Not bad for a bunch of comedians cracking jokes in front of a green screen. As one article put it, MS3K had helped put Comedy Central on the map.
It's the kind of humor that hasn't really been on like before, or really done before.
I tape both Friday and Saturday episodes. Some of them I've seen a couple of times. You pick up more stuff if you watch a couple of them over again. I'm kind of fanatical about it. Some of my friends are a little worried about it.
Fantastic.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's funny.
It's one of the funniest shows on television. It's pound for pound, note for note. It's one of the funniest things out there.
It was hysterical. It was the first time I'd laughed out loud in years, and I just kept laughing out loud. I hadn't seen anything like it ever.
So much bizarre humor that if you've got that sort of mentality for it, then you'll get a lot out of it.
We never say who's going to get this. We always say the right people will get this.
Change was coming. After 7 seasons of circulating the tapes, more on that soon, and building its quirky empire on Comedy Central, MST3K faced trouble. In 1996, network execs decided to focus on newer, edgier shows, like South Park and The Daily Show. Suddenly, a movie-riffing spacecraft seemed out of place on the schedule. Even though Comedy Central's president acknowledged the show's passionate fans and its role in the network's success, they cancelled MS3K in 1996 as ratings slipped in its 7th season. But that wasn't the end. Fans immediately sprang into action with a letter-writing campaign, and it worked. The very next year, the Sci-Fi channel, then owned by USA Networks, picked up MS3K for a fresh run starting in 1997. Sci-Fi's execs were big MSTies themselves, and they believed the show's irreverent humor would help lighten up their often self-serious lineup.
Engage.
Oh, we got movie sign! I didn't engage the thing with you!
And just like that, MST3K got a new lease on life, on a new network, with a few new rules.
Oh, great. E.T. calls, we come, and he's not here.
Hey, Yertle, you left your shell in the ship.
You idiot!
I'm a dumb, scrawny cracker.
They're at least as funny as Cheech and Chong.
Oh, definitely.
Pow!
After all that, it's Papa Pow.
Once you're over the age of 11, you should not say pow.
Pow!
Please, stop.
Oh,
Come on. Please. No.
The Sci-Fi era, seasons 8 to 10, brought both familiar elements and big changes. The core format, wisecracks in silhouette, stayed intact, and head writer Michael J. Nelson was still leading the charge. More on Mike later. But Sci-Fi Channel had some new rules. They wanted the movies to be strictly sci-fi, fantasy, or horror, and they pushed for more ongoing storylines in the host segments. This led to a serialized and playfully ridiculous plot in season 8. The new Mads, now led by Dr. Forrester's mom, Pearl Forrester, played by Mary Jo Pale, dragged the Satellite of Love through different locations. They visited a Planet of the Apes parody, Deep Ape, a distant observer planet, and eventually settled in Castle Forrester as their base. The show's look got an update too. New sets, and even the bots had some upgrades. Longtime puppeteer Jim Mallon handed off Gypsy, the sweet purple robot who managed the ship, to Patrick Brantsegg midway through season 8, giving Gypsy a slightly different voice.
What a marvelous anecdote. So, how do you know Pearl?
Well, she's got me trapped up here, actually.
Really? How awful for you.
Say, Mike, you gonna introduce me to your purple friend here?
Don't you dare, Nelson!
Oh, I say, everyone, let's play charades in the parlor.
Baby, why you got to go?
This is where the fish lives.
Why did you run?
Because this is where the fish lives.
Felt like it. I really wanted to fly, but I couldn't do that, so I ran.
You're kind of an idiot, aren't you?
Oh. Hey! Whoop! Sorry!
I'm fine. I used up a perfectly good pants wetting for that. You the guy who's been writing anti-Aztec stuff on the bathroom walls?
Oh, we gave him the Captain Dork costume by mistake.
Here's the wind-up and the pitch.
Werewolf?
No, werewolf. Where? Say it.
This is absolutely fascinating.
Right.
Roused hour. I can explain. Those men were trying to kill me.
Yeah, tell it to my acid-wash jeans.
Raft Hour, could you put out my head?
No.
Through all these changes, the heart of the show, its DIY spirit and non-stop jokes, stayed strong. Fans kept watching all the way up to the final episode in 1999. The last original episode, riffing on the schlocky spy flick Diabolik, aired on September 12th, 1999. An extra episode, Merlin's Shop of Mystical Wonders, slipped out as a bonus in early 2000, but Diabolik remains the official finale of the original 10-season run. The show had survived 2 networks, a changing cast, and more terrible movies than anyone should have to endure, leaving an unforgettable mark on TV comedy.
Hear the death. Flying over trout? Hey, you think the mic's picking up their dancing?
Lyrics by Mrs. Johnson's kindergarten class.
Pity in a poor boy. Pity inches roll. Bees on pie. Burning rubber ties.
Oh, great. Pretty good. What do you think?
It stinks.